6 hidden nutrients that keep your legs strong after 60. Have you ever noticed how life changes? Not in one dramatic crash, but in tiny, almost invisible moments? It doesn't announce itself. There's no warning bell, no headline saying, "Today, something inside you has shifted." Instead, it happens quietly. One day you're bounding up the stairs, carrying groceries in one arm, keys in the other, barely thinking about the miracle of your legs holding you up. And then, months or years later, you find yourself stopping halfway up, the same staircase. Your hand reaches instinctively for the railing. You pause. Your breath feels heavier. Your legs feel uncertain, as if they no longer belong to you. And in that pause, something inside you whispers a truth you don't want to hear. This feels different. You tell yourself, "I'm just tired today. Maybe I didn't sleep well. Maybe I skipped breakfast." You brush it off. But deep down, in that private place where fears collect, another thought surfaces. Softer, scarier. What if this keeps getting worse? What if one day, climbing stairs isn't just tiring, it's impossible? What if one day you hesitate before standing up from a chair, not because you're lazy, but because you're afraid your legs won't hold you? What if the freedom you've always had, the freedom to walk where you want, to stand tall, to dance at your granddaughter's wedding, to chase your great-grandson across the yard, what if all of that slowly slips away? That thought is heavy. Heavier than weak muscles, heavier than fragile bones. Because it's not just about your legs. It's about everything they represent. Strength, independence, the dignity of moving through the world without asking for permission or help. And if you've ever felt that quiet fear, maybe you haven't even said it out loud, I want you to know something. You are not alone. Every person who has aged has felt it. The uncertainty, the creeping doubt, the betrayal of a body that once seemed unstoppable. But here's the truth most people never hear. You are not powerless. Weakness is not always destiny. Sometimes it's a signal, a whisper from your body saying, "I need more. I need help. I need fuel." And the beautiful part? That fuel exists. Nature has already given us what our bodies crave. Nutrients so simple, so overlooked, yet so powerful that they can transform how your legs feel day after day. Today, we're going to talk about 6 of those nutrients. 6 quiet allies that most people don't even realize they're missing. Allies that can keep your legs strong, steady, and alive with energy, no matter your age. But before you roll your eyes and think, this is just another video about vitamins, let me stop you. This is not about pills and powders. This is about something bigger. It's about freedom. It's about walking into your later years without fear. It's about living life on your own terms, without your legs holding you back. So I ask you to stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you won't just know the names of 6 nutrients. You'll carry something even more powerful, a sense of hope. A possibility that maybe, just maybe, the best years of strength, confidence, and freedom aren't behind you, but still ahead, waiting. Storybridge, the silent thief of strength. Let me tell you about someone I met years ago. Her name was Eleanor. She was 82 when I first saw her step through the doors of a small community center. Now, Eleanor wasn't frail in the way people sometimes imagine older adults. Her spirit was sharp, her smile warm, her humor quick. But as she crossed the room, I noticed the subtle struggle. She leaned heavily on a cane, each step careful, deliberate, like someone measuring the distance between safety and danger. When she finally reached a chair and sat down, she let out the kind of sigh you don't hear from someone who's simply tired. It was the sigh of someone carrying a weight much heavier than groceries or chores. The weight of losing a part of herself. We talked for a while about ordinary things, her garden, her love of books, her grandkids. But then, as often happens when trust slips quietly into a conversation, her words turned vulnerable. She looked at me, her voice soft but steady, and said something that has stayed etched in my memory ever since. It's not the cane that bothers me. It's the fact that I need it. I never thought my own legs would betray me. That word, betrayal, it cut through me. Because in that moment I realized Eleanor wasn't just talking about her legs. She was talking about her identity, her freedom. The body she had trusted for more than 8 decades. Think about that for a second. For most of our lives, our legs carry us without complaint. They climb stairs, chase after children, dance at weddings, kneel in gardens, and walk us through every chapter of our story. We trust them, we take them for granted, and then one day they falter. Not dramatically, not all at once, but in those small, cruel ways that make us pause and wonder, am I safe? Can I still trust my own body? That's why weakness doesn't feel like a simple health issue. It feels like a personal loss, like the silent thief of strength has crept into your life, stealing away not just your mobility but your independence, your confidence, even your dignity. And here's the painful part. Most people accept it. They shrug and say, "That's just aging. There's nothing I can do." But Eleanor's story taught me something important, and it's something you need to hear too. Weak legs are not always destiny. They're not always the result of age catching up. Sometimes weakness is your body's quiet cry for help, a whisper saying, "I'm running out of fuel. I need more of the building blocks that keep me strong. Give me what I'm missing, and I can still carry you." And that whisper matters. Because when you learn to listen to it, when you nourish your body with the strength-giving nutrients it craves, the betrayal you fear doesn't have to be the end of the story. Eleanor thought her best days of independence were behind her. What she didn't know, and what you may not know yet either, is that sometimes resilience is still within reach. Sometimes strength can return. Vitamin number 1, vitamin D, the Sunshine Foundation. Think of your legs like the foundation of a house. You can build strong walls. You can decorate the rooms beautifully. But if the foundation is cracked, unstable, or starved of support, eventually, everything above it begins to suffer. Vitamin D is that foundation, not flashy, not something you notice every day, but it's quietly holding everything together. We often think of vitamin D as the bone vitamin, and yes, it helps your body absorb calcium, keeping your bones strong and resistant. But what most people don't realize is that vitamin D is also a muscle vitamin. Without it, your legs don't just weaken, they lose their confidence. They forget how to push, how to balance, how to hold you steady. It's like gravity becomes heavier. Suddenly, something as small as standing up from a chair feels like pressing against an invisible weight, pressing down on your shoulders. Now here's the beautiful part. Vitamin D was never meant to be complicated. Nature designed it to come from something simple, something free. The sun. Imagine a summer morning. You step outside and sunlight kisses your skin. That warmth you feel isn't just pleasant, it's medicine. Quiet, invisible medicine. In that moment, your skin is turning light into strength, light into resilience, light into the foundation your legs are craving. But here's the challenge. What once came easily no longer does. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at making vitamin D from the sun. Add in modern life, more time indoors, sunscreen, long winters, and suddenly, what used to be abundant becomes scarce. You may not notice it at first, but your body does. That's why so many older adults walk around with silent deficiencies, never realizing that the heaviness in their legs, the nighttime cramps, the unsteady step on uneven ground, are sometimes whispers of a body saying, "I need more sunlight inside me." So where do we find it? Yes, sunlight when you can. Yes, foods like salmon, mackerel, fortified milk. But there's also an old, almost forgotten remedy, Cod liver oil, a tablespoon a day. Simple, unglamorous, yet astonishing in its power. I've seen it. I've watched people add vitamin D back into their lives and tell me, my legs feel lighter. The cramps that woke me at night are gone. I feel steady again. And it always makes me smile, because it's not magic. It's not some miracle drug. It's just giving the body what it was always designed to receive. The Sunlight Foundation. So when you think of vitamin D, don't think of a pill or a lab test. Think of it as a gift from nature, a way to remind your legs, you are not finished yet, you can still carry me. Vitamin number 2, vitamin B12, the spark plug of movement. Have you ever tried starting a car with a dead battery? You sit in the driver's seat, turn the key, and hear nothing, not even a sputter. The engine is there, the tires are there, the A-frame is strong, but without that tiny burst of electrical energy, the whole machine is useless. That's exactly what your muscles feel like without vitamin B12. You see, your brain is like the driver, your legs are like the wheels, but unless the message, the spark, can travel down your nerves, the wheels don't move the way they should. Vitamin B12 is that spark plug, the messenger, the silent connection between thought and movement. It's what turns the simple command, step forward, into actual motion. Without it, your body starts to play tricks on you. Your legs can feel heavy, uncertain, even numb. Steps that should be automatic begin to feel uncoordinated, like the signals are arriving late, or not at all. And here's what makes B12 especially sneaky. It doesn't fail all at once. A deficiency doesn't scream, it whispers. Some days you feel fine. Other days your legs wobble, or a strange tingling crawls up your calves, or you stand up and feel a sudden wave of weakness you can't explain. You tell yourself, it's just aging. But the truth? It might not be age. It might be your nerves struggling to fire correctly because the spark plug is missing. Now, here's the hopeful part. Vitamin B12 isn't rare. It lives in the foods many of us grew up with: beef, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy. It's there, waiting, ready to be absorbed and put to work. But here's the catch. As we get older, our stomachs produce less stomach acid. And stomach acid is what frees B12 from food. So you can eat all the right things and still come up short. That's why so many older adults are deficient without even knowing it. So what can you do? One of the simplest, most overlooked hacks is something as humble as nutritional yeast. Just a spoonful, sprinkled on soup, blended into a smoothie, dusted over vegetables. Not glamorous, not exotic, but that golden powder is like fuel for your nerves. I've seen it change people. They come back weeks later and say, I feel like I've gotten 10 years of energy back. Their steps are quicker, steadier, their minds clearer. And here's the best part. That feeling isn't magic. It's not luck. It's not getting young again. It's biology. Finally getting what it was missing. Finally putting the spark, plug back where it belongs. So when you feel your legs falter, not every day, but in those strange, unpredictable ways, don't just assume it's age. Sometimes it's your body's quiet cry for vitamin B12, the spark of life, the signal that says, move, you still can. Vitamin number 3, vitamin C, the glue that holds you together. Have you noticed it? That dull ache in your knees after a simple walk. The stiffness in your back when you get out of bed. That stubborn resistance that makes mornings feel longer than they used to. It's not just wear and tear. It's your body whispering, I'm losing my glue. Because here's the truth. Your body isn't made of rigid parts bolted together. It's made of living fibers, ropes, and cushions. And the thing that keeps all of it resilient is collagen. Collagen is the shock absorber in your joints, the smooth glide in your knees, the flexible rope in your tendons and ligaments. Without it, your body is like an old rope fraying at the ends. Each step becomes rougher, less smooth. Each movement a reminder that something once strong is slowly unraveling. And what fuels that collagen? Vitamin C. Vitamin C is the quiet builder, the craftsman. the one working behind the scenes, weaving your tissues back together, mending the frayed edges, restoring the smoothness that movement depends on. Without it, recovery slows, pain lingers, stiffness overstays its welcome. But when vitamin C is present in abundance, your body remembers how to heal. Morning stiffness fades faster. The soreness after activity eases sooner. The hinges of your body stop squeaking. Think of it this way. Vitamin C is like oil on a rusty hinge. Without it, every motion grinds. With it, motion flows. And the beauty of vitamin C is renewal. You don't need decades to rebuild. When your body gets what it needs, repair begins immediately, slowly, quietly, day by day, until one morning you notice you stood up without wincing, or climbed stairs without pausing. Now, yes, citrus fruits are wonderful. Oranges, grapefruits, kiwis. But if you want something more concentrated, there's a hidden treasure, acerola cherry powder. Just 1 tablespoon is like a surge of vitality, flooding your tissues with the raw material they've been begging for. I've seen people describe the difference like this. It feels like my joints have been greased, like the grinding is gone, and I can finally move smoothly again. That's not magic. That's not wishful thinking. That's your body finally getting the glue it lost, the collagen builder. The repairman who never stopped working, he just ran out of supplies. So when your knees ache, when your mornings feel stiff, don't just accept it as age. Sometimes it's simply your body whispering for vitamin C. The glue that holds you together. The oil that makes life move again, vitamin number 4, vitamin K2. The guide think of calcium as bricks, strong, solid, essential. But what happens if you just dump a pile of bricks in a yard with no builder, no blueprint, no direction? You don't get a house, you get a mess. Bricks stacked in the wrong places, wasted, even dangerous. That's what happens inside your body without vitamin K2. Calcium is powerful. It can strengthen your bones and give your legs the structure to stand tall. But without guidance, calcium doesn't always go where it should. It can harden in the wrong places, your arteries, your joints, your soft tissues, making your legs feel stiff, brittle, fragile. I can't tell you how many people I've met who told me, I've been taking calcium faithfully for years. Why do my legs still feel weak? Why do I still feel fragile? And the truth is simple. Calcium without K2 is like bricks without a builder. The material is there, but it's not being used. Vitamin K2 is the guide, the quiet architect. It tells, calcium, go here, not there. Build bones, not blockages. Strengthen, don't stiffen. When it's present, calcium becomes a friend. Your bones become denser, stronger. Your movements lighter, freer. And here's the beauty. Vitamin K2 doesn't demand much. Fermented foods like natto or sauerkraut carry it in abundance. And even something as simple as a spoonful of grass-fed butter or ghee can deliver it daily. So when you think of K2, think of it as the unseen hand of a master builder, quietly directing the bricks of your body, so that every step rests on a foundation of true strength, not misplaced stone. Vitamin number 5, magnesium, the relaxation mineral picture. It's late at night. You've turned off the lights. You're ready to rest. But instead of sinking into sleep, your legs twitch. They spasm. They ache with a restless energy you can't explain. That's not just bad sleep. That's your body begging for magnesium. Magnesium is what allows your muscles to finish the job, to contract with power, and then to release with grace. Without it, your legs stay trapped in tension, locked in cramps, jittering with restlessness when they should be still, and it doesn't stop at night. Low magnesium shows up in the day too. It leaves your legs heavy, dragging an invisible weight with every step. It robs your energy, making even simple walks feel like uphill climbs. Magnesium is the mineral of ease, the mineral of flow. It's the one that tells your muscles, you can let go now, you can rest, you can recover. Where do you find it? Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, simple earthy foods that carry the power of renewal. But here's something most people overlook. Magnesium can be absorbed through your skin. That's why an Epsom salt bath isn't just soothing, it's medicine. As you soak, your skin drinks in magnesium. Muscles unclench, cramping fades, restlessness melts into calm. I've seen people who struggled for years with heavy, twitching legs finally discover this truth. And the look on their faces when they realize, it's not just me. My body just needed this mineral. It's like watching hope return. So remember this, magnesium is more than a supplement. It's your body's way of saying, relax. Breathe. Let me carry you with ease again. Vitamin number 6, the overlooked hero, omega-3, fatty acids. There's always one. One friend in the group who never demands attention, but quietly holds everything together. One thread in the fabric that looks insignificant until it's missing, and suddenly the whole cloth begins to unravel. That's omega-3s. The overlooked hero of strength, movement, and vitality. Most people don't think of them when they think of their legs. They think of calcium, vitamin D, maybe magnesium. But omega-3s, they're heart nutrients, right? And yet, what good is a strong bone if the blood that feeds it can't flow? What good is a powerful muscle if it's trapped in a fire of inflammation? Omega-3s are the oil for your engine. They keep your blood flowing smoothly, protect the delicate vessels that carry oxygen to your muscles, and calm the silent flames of inflammation that make your legs ache, swell, and tire. Without them, every step feels heavier than it should. Your legs swell at the end of the day, as if gravity itself has doubled. Fatigue sets in quicker. And the freedom to move, to simply walk without heaviness, begins to slip away. But when omega-3s are restored, the difference is often startling. Blood flows easier. Muscles feel nourished. The fire of inflammation dies down. The heaviness lifts. I once heard someone describe it perfectly. It felt like the weight of years was taken off my legs. Like they remembered how to be young again. Where do you find them? Fatty fish like salmon or sardines, walnuts, flax seeds. But perhaps the simplest gift you can give your body is this: a single tablespoon of flaxseed oil each day. A spoonful of quiet miracle. It doesn't make headlines. It doesn't shout its importance. But over weeks, you notice your legs no longer feel swollen, no longer drag. They feel lighter, energized, capable of carrying you farther, longer, freer. And that's the power of the overlooked hero, not to dazzle, not to promise miracles overnight, but to quietly, faithfully restore what time has tried to take away. Omega-3s are proof that sometimes the most powerful changes come from the things almost everyone forgets. Conclusion: the promise of stronger tomorrows. So here we are. We've talked about 6 quiet allies, 6 nutrients that don't just strengthen bones and muscles, but protect something far greater: your freedom, your independence, your dignity. Because let's be honest, this was never really about vitamins. It's about what those vitamins give back.